Oh, it's a
We
thumbs up.
can't be
This
do
is
that. You can't be doing that. That's no good.
yeah, that's crazy.
Snake Pit. Check it out. It's funny.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Let's start. Can we start? Can somebody hit the go live button, please? Can somebody hit it?
Already.
There it is. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Breaking the Mold, episode 151, and we're back in full force tonight. I'm Harrick and BX. Let's go around the yard, say what's up to the rest of the crew. First
Full
and
fucking
foremost,
crew.
Yeah.
Energon Addict. What's up, Pop? Welcome
Yo,
back.
what's
How
up,
are
guys?
you? What's going on?
Not much, a lot, but not nothing. That makes any sense.
Whole lot of nothing.
A whole lot of nothing.
I've been out scourging the galaxy to find new recruits for the realm of collectors. So I've been back. I'm back now, and hopefully, get the ranks back up to what they used to be.
Sir.
Tell them to answer the three questions.
All three. Yeah, please, just the three questions. Yeah, exactly.
Answer the three questions. Answer them. All right. Good to see you tonight, Pop. Good to see
Same here, bro.
All right. Brian Brank, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's up? I'm good. I'm good.
Chilling. How are you?
Things
Happy?
are good.
Things are
There's
good.
still snow on the ground. It's probably gonna be gone in 2 days. With
Yes.
The heat.
The
coming.
rain's washing that away over here. We're getting some rain, you know what I'm saying, on and off. So
Uh,
it's less and less snow, which is making me happy.
mhm. Let me tell you. Do you guys like books on tape?
Yes.
Well, I don't listen
Only
to
way to
books on
read.
tape. But I found something. I found something interesting. Did you guys ever play like the Sierra games back on like old computers, like King's Quest and stuff like that?
No.
They're like role playing games, and I remembered. Do you remember that thing I got at the Wayne Toy Show? It was basically a canvas cutout, and it had the turtles on it.
Mhm.
Well, that guy, he was at RetroCon a couple years ago, and he had this as well. Does this look familiar to you at all?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, what are those things?
Yeah, so this is an old PC game.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a thing on
Mhm.
canvas, and King's Quest. And as a kid, I had King's Quest 3, and I was impatient. I never beat it. I didn't know what the hell I was doing back then. Anyway, I was like, you know what? I wonder if anyone has ever put this on YouTube as a Let's Play. And so I went down to a rabbit hole. And the reason why I bring up books on tape is because depending on the Let's Player person, or whatever the heck they're called, it's almost like they're narrating the story, because basically it's a role-playing game. It's like, oh, I gotta go to the mansion. You enter the mansion and you see a ghost, and the ghost wants something and all that other shit. And dude, I can listen to this stuff all day long, and it's like a pretty cool story. But I'm hooked on these things, especially after I watched him play that game that I only was able to like play for 15 minutes before the wizard killed me. And it's like, wow, there's a whole shit ton to this game. And
You never saw.
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta play.
Yeah.
You gotta, you
and
know.
I bet if I dug really, really hard in that crawl space, I might find those, what are they, 3.5 floppies, or whatever the fuck they were called, 2 3/4 size floppy disk. Remember those? Where the heck?
Yeah.
I can't remember. 3.5, I think.
But I mean, do you have equipment to run it anymore?
Right.
Wow. I don't have
you
to dig so
probably-
hard. It's still in my line of sight. I have a computer down
Oh.
there that hasn't
Wow.
been turned on in 15 years, but I wonder if it would play it.
Wow.
Might.
That shit is gonna boot up super slow, and you just get frustrated and unplug it.
Dude,
Before
remember
you
those
finish
old school
booting.
hard drives too? It sounded like the computer's puking when the
Yeah.
hard drive spins up.
Yeah. My Chromebook got me spoiled, man. Boots up in 10 seconds, so now anything longer than that is like, okay, like, oh, let's go.
It's so true because my work laptop is like, I don't know, 4 years old at this point, and it takes forever, to get it going in the beginning of the day. It's like,
Yeah, Brian like boots up the computer and a voice comes over saying you have neglected me for 30 years. You think I can boot up in 5 minutes? Sorry, I don't think so. Go fuck yourself.
Like the way the video cards are today, I don't know if I'd be able to hook up one of these monitors to it. It might not be able to translate the screen. I don't
You
know.
said like an analog connection. Find a screen with an analog connection or something.
I mean, there might be an old monitor, like in another closet in this house.
Got some
somewhere that
old
might still
tube
work.
TVs. You work. You can,
I only take floppy.
Need that
Don't
VGA
stick that thing in me.
connection.
uh-huh.
All right, JD, what's up, dude?
What's up, everybody? It's good to see, 5 faces surrounding, 4 faces, because Dom doesn't show his face. But,
Thank God, bro. Thank God.
yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah, no good. I've gone down this. Speaking of like Brian saying he's doing rabbit holes and stuff like that. Like, I collected all of the. I don't know if you remember the GI Joe Creo sets, like
Yeah.
Hasbro's
Yeah.
Lego.
Mhm.
Yeah, I recently kind of found those. I had all the sets. I had the Terradrome, and I never put it together. And there were a couple other sets I never put them together, and I dug them all out. And
Mm.
When you
been,
say, so you're not like digging through the internets buying them. You have these
You
in
had
possession.
them.
absolutely, yes, I have
Wow.
them here.
It's like a treasure trove. So now, realm of regret. Like, how are you feeling about them now?
I mean, I'm really excited. I have, so up in the main toy room, there's a big table up there, and it's just full of stuff we haven't opened. I cleared that table off, cleaned it. It kind of wobbled, and I fixed it, and I put all the GI Joe stuff up on that now.
Oh, so is it not assembled yet? You still have to assemble.
There's a couple sets that I still need to assemble, but for the most part, it's all up there. I am missing one set. I have the Sergeant Slaughter pack with the Triple T tank. It came with like 12 figures and then the Triple T tank, and I have to find that. That's somewhere. I don't know where I put it. It was not with the Creos, so I have to find that. And then there's some bigger sets that I didn't put together yet. So
What's the Scarlet look like in Creo form?
I can show you actually. So she's one of the ones I'm missing.
Oh,
It looks really bad if this is gonna load.
That was like that was what Brian was looking forward to the next time he comes over to your house.
no.
JD.
Yeah, man. At least for
Oh.
a few weeks, these guys are collecting fucking Legos again.
Not even Legos. It's like Creo.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So yeah, like that first wave of blind bags, I'm missing that entire wave, and then there's like maybe 4 or 5 others out of the other 5 waves that I'm missing for the.
Who puts curtains and drapes up at the same time? That's just nuts. Doesn't everybody's curtains match their drapes? They're the same thing.
Brian, you're joking, right?
Think about it.
He's not.
I'm not joking.
Oh boy.
Have you dated redheads before?
Jesus.
So your mind's a redhead. The carpet does not match the drapes.
Curtains. He said curtains
I have
match
no
the
comment.
drapes. Curtains match the drapes.
Curtains
Doesn't everybody's curtains match the
match
drapes?
the drapes.
That's. Oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
That's so funny.
Things virgins say.
Oh, Maya.
Me curtains. I didn't even see that.
Oh my.
Oh shit.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Yo, JD. So for your Creo, did you just find? Did you forget you had those things, or did you just happen to find them? Type shit, like tucked away somewhere.
Well, I've moved them like, I don't know, 6 or 7 times now, just kind of picking things up and putting them down. And they've always been with like all the Lego sets that we haven't put together yet.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just kept them with that, you know. Like
Okay.
they come packaged, and the packages have like a handle on them, so it's like really easy to kind of tote them around.
Nice.
But
nice.
yeah, so they've just been kind of up in the storage room, and yeah, like I dug, like we were digging through some old toys, and I cleared out some of there's like built-in cabinets in the one room upstairs, and it was full of like artwork that I've done through the years of tattooing. So it was all like reference material, it was all stencils and just all this bullshit. And I'm like, why the fuck am I holding on to this stuff? So I dumped all that shit. And I mean, I had like a 50-gallon fucking contractor bag, and it probably weighed like a good 40 to 50 pounds after I had that thing loaded up. It filled like half the bag, and it was just all full of artwork. So her and I were talking, and it's just like, we have all these things, and I feel like they're stuck in closets and all this other stuff. So we started spreading out like some of the vintage stuff, and we like put them in those cabinets.
Mm-hmm.
So that like they're easy to get to. It's like, oh, you want to play with some old Centurions? Cool. Here's a drawer full of them. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
Pick your adventure today.
Yeah.
JD, if you still have that stuff, I've got a shit ton of binders. Because I used to keep my comic books in binders.
Yeah.
Do you need binders to sort through
Binders.
some of that reference material you want to keep or anything?
Oh no,
Better
it's
yet.
already in the trash, dude.
Yeah.
Do you
but
I
want-
got
do
rid
you
of it.
wanna
I don't
have-
need it. It's
do you
just
wanna-
like it's just stuff that like I might have printed out
okay.
from the internet or something. Like I don't need to do that anymore.
Mm.
So, but a lot of it was like just shit on tracing paper and like stuff that I drew and then copied out of my sketchbook and shit like that. You know what I mean? There's no need for me to hold on to any of that stuff. It just takes up fucking space. But we're going through all that stuff, and I came across a bin, and it had all the Transformer Creo, it had all the GI Joe Creo blind bag figures, and then it has Muscle Men and the Transformer decoys from the 80s, like all these old things. But
You muscle men, I used to love those things.
dude,
man.
I have a
Like 100.
I have a huge fucking bag full of them.
Are they mostly beige in color, like the pink?
Yeah, there are. Yeah. There are.
Those are
I have a couple red ones and a few purple ones.
Mhm.
Those were like the.
later on or rare.
Well, I thought they were like rare, limited. So I don't know, maybe not. But yeah, going through that bin is when I found the GI Joe stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I should get this shit out.
Nice.
So I ended up
Get
getting
it
it
out.
out. The one
That's
that I had a panic attack, and so I sat there and built the fucking Terradrome, and then I've been building that shit ever since. Just fucking
nice.
setting it up.
Oh, Sorry to hear that, but nice that helped. You know, that's good.
That's kind of my thing. Make some tea and
Keep your mind busy.
build some
Just do
Lego,
something
yeah.
that's
Mhm.
like that doesn't take a lot of motion. Just
Yeah.
slow and yeah.
Yep. hmm
All right.
Well, if any,
I gotta put you guys on mute for a second.
well, if anybody needs binders, let me know. That's all.
What
She
kind of
said-
binders are they?
3-ring binders,
Oh.
Staples.
Yeah, I got you.
Staples brand.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey,
There she goes. Hi,
Hi,
Chloe.
Say hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hello.
Oh, she got big.
Okay, you can go. Be careful.
Mommy bought me a dress now to see.
Yes, go see the dress. Good job.
Oh, man. All right. Well, JD, glad you're good. Dominic, how are you, man?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Can't complain.
That's it. That's all you got from me?
Yeah.
That's all you got from me?
Sorry.
He's Call of Duty. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
sorry.
been doing
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
Call of
Getting
Duty.
his ass
Duty.
handed to him.
Yeah, by Eric. As he compliments me on having a good game, but not as good as mine. Not as good as his. That's how he compliments. He makes sure that he gives you credit for a good game, but then refers to the fact that he didn't have a better one than his. So
Yeah. Gotta love the shit talk.
and,
No fashion.
and he calls me the ball buster.
Well, I mean, if
You find a lot.
he's-
You find a lot out about your friends when you play video games with them. A lot.
I mean, if
Like
he's
you find out
teabagging you-
who's pussies, who takes charge, who kind of lays back and just lets
Hold on.
everybody.
Hold on. I agree with Dom, but I have to say something. You also get to know who doesn't listen, and who never takes direction,
Yeah,
because
you
you don't.
yeah. You find out.
If we're playing a certain type of game, right? He does the opposite. He just wants to kill everybody. Dom goes with his fucking M16 or AK-47,
I go with the flow.
and he runs through the whole fucking map and kills
then he
everybody.
Wow.
So willy nilly.
So we're playing like domination. We're playing like kill confirmed, and you have to do different things in those. You just can't kill people. Dom just sits there and kills people. So Eric will get on Dom, and they're fighting the whole game. So the rest of us are just listening to these two bitching, and then finally Dom has adapted, and he's learning the different game modes. So
Shut
now
up. I
he
take
actually.
B all the time. I
Yeah,
take
see?
B all the fucking
You see,
time.
I take B all the time. You see, he finally.
And then like
listens.
Eric cries like the first time he actually does an objective, and he goes out there and dies like 6 times because he can't die because he just wants to sit back and shoot at
No,
everybody.
probably because he's the only one there trying
back
to
of the
do it.
chimney. But no, he'll do it. He'll try to do it, but then once he does it like 6 times and nobody's helping him, he'd be like, "That's it. I'm not doing it anymore."
It's called a team for a reason.
And then you hear Dave in the background as I take B. He's like, "Oh, good shit, Dom. Where were you, Dave? I'm upstairs in the room in the corner, and I'm looking over down at you and not shooting anybody that's trying to kill you."
That's not true, bro. But that's not true. I'm there fucking taking care of the other side of the map. We all can't do the same thing. We have to do different things.
I'm just joking. I'm just
got your 6, Dom.
yeah.
I gotta get an Xbox.
I want him at 6 p.m., but he's at 6 a.m.
We'll see. We'll see
Have
tonight.
you seen
Dom.
a clock? What?
Yeah, I'm joking. I'm trying.
Dom
I'm
doesn't
trying to
follow
pull one out
directions.
of my butt. I'm just trying. Yeah, but we have a good time. Like we play a lot of Nuketown, but it gets kind of overwhelming in regards to Nuketown because there's so many fucking things going on, especially when you're doing domination or hardpoint, and it gets overwhelming sometimes. And then you got these guys that I've been watching a lot of YouTube too, Brian, and I'm hearing a lot of like Call of Duty people that have like these cheat codes and they're able to
God.
see, cheat and get a little advantage up on the little peons like us that just jump on and don't know what the fuck we're doing.
But do they let that shit happen? Like, wouldn't they disqualify them from playing in an online match or something?
They haven't done a good job in trying to knock some of those cheats out. So it's like you're only on an assumption because you really can't tell whether they're cheating. But there's some tells and some giveaways. But because I've heard that like aim bots are very popular and. I guess there's a cheat. Yeah, like you automatically aim for you.
So they play on
if you
PC?
Yeah, but like there's also cheats on the game console itself. So
there's no prize though, right? There's no reward for winning.
No, not at all.
Okay.
But these are people that just
obviously
mutilate care about the fact that
other people.
The reward is not sucking. So I mean, I can understand hacking a game, but I mean. Cheat codes, I mean, the codes are programmed in, so I would imagine people who do the QC and the development have codes that they can test out some of the game, but I guess they just leak that shit out there.
Dude, there's people that I don't know how they figure this shit out, but they do whatever they can and they just figure out the exploits and they exploit the game. Like it's crazy.
They call that penetration testing.
Well, with this game in specific, they buy something to put on the controller called an aimbot, and basically whenever they shoot in the direction that anyone's in, the gun will automatically shoot that person. Yeah, so they don't really have to do much. They just have to keep moving their body, and essentially they're killing people.
Nailing the trigger.
That sounds so fun.
No. Those are the people that are cheating, Gary.
No, I know. I'm just saying, but even to do that just sounds like it's so.
I even found out. I didn't even know about this one. There's a bot. There's a cheat or a bot that basically you're able to see through walls and see your enemies through the walls and everything. So, I guess they figured that shit out, and so now if you have that bot, you can see people coming around a wall that you typically wouldn't see because it's a fucking wall. You're not supposed to be able to see through walls, but obviously you're Superman with a fucking AK and you can see through walls.
Yo, that's what we hear the whole game is Dom. Fuck this, this ain't right. I'm fucking leaving, I'm fucking out of here. And then you got Eric. Eric's on the yo, Dom, calm down. We'll do another map. We'll play the next map. Don't worry. No, fuck that. These guys fucking suck. They're fucking cheating.
and Gary, that's the reward right there, because that's what they want to hear. The dudes on the other
well, they're not hearing us because we're typically in a party.
You're in the private.
Chat,
you're in the private chat. Okay.
Yeah, so they're not hearing us or anything. But.
Yeah, when you're in the open game chat and shit, so you hear it.
That kind of shit, like the cheating shit. It just like they're not good at anything else.
Yeah,
this is their confirmation that they're worth something in this world. Cheating in a fucking video game.
I heard we don't play much, but I heard the war
nonetheless.
Yeah, like we don't play it much, but I heard the Warzone game. There's a lot of cheating going on in there. There's so much cheating going on that, people just buy those bots or get those cheat codes and stuff and cheat whatever to their controllers and stuff just to play, to have a fair game. So everybody's cheating, so it's all leveled, kind of same level playing field when everybody's cheating, doing the same thing.
You got to be careful. Like, don't they? I mean, I don't know how much they enforce it, but won't they wipe your account or something if they catch you cheating?
Oh, you can report. Yeah, you can report players. You can do that, but I don't know, the extent and how much they follow through with that. So. I'm assuming not much.
You out them on Twitter or something?
there's
Zombie fucker 75. That that son of a bitch cheating on my Xbox.
Actually, there's a button.
And I don't agree with his politics either.
You can highlight the guy's name, and there's a button that you can hit that reports them for cheating. It's weird.
How often do you use that button?
All the time. I probably made 100 accusations that were not even true.
I've never used it.
Yeah, when a guy's going 50, 80 and 5, you're fucking cheating.
Nah, man. Some people are just that good. They play all day.
Ah,
you know
fuck
what I'm
you. You're
saying?
not
They
that
don't-
good. You're cheating.
KJ says I play
Dude, that's-
Oculus till I puke.
Yeah.
You guys ever tried the 3D
Is that
stuff?
the is that
No,
VR?
I
That's the
haven't. I
VR
haven't.
shit.
Yeah, the VR thing. Yeah.
That
I
shit is
haven't.
bugged out.
That game on VR, dude. Just Jesus.
How is it?
Game
Though?
on
How is
VR.
the VR? How is the VR? Is it like the way they show it? Like how it puts you like in a whole other
no,
world?
yeah,
and shit? Does it
Well,
look
I've only watched porn on it before, so I can only tell you what that was like, and that was weird as shit. Cause you're like in a room with like the other person, and you could look around the room. Like they do all the camera angles, so you could actually turn around and see like the back of the bed. But then when you turn back around, like obviously that's not your penis. You know what I mean? That's somebody else's penis, but it's like a whole like visual 3D kind of thing. You can move around and you see everything.
But that's specifically like made for that, or is it just you're watching a movie? This
No,
is
it's specifically made for that. They have virtual porn just for virtual porn. And I only tried that out when I got the glasses, guys. I'm not doing this every fucking day. But it was the weirdest thing too, because you have them on your face and you have the headphones in your ear. So if you're home alone, you don't know who's walking through the door. You don't know if somebody's gonna walk in and catch you fucking pants down with your fucking goggles on your fucking face, because you can't hear or see anything. So be careful, guys, with your fucking Oculus Maxes. Don't get caught out there with your pants down.
Gotta be on some like keep like one ear out so you can listen.
Hey,
to
mom,
the
this is a joystick. That's not your joystick.
Dude, if you get paranoid while you're doing it, you're like, hey, what was that? Did you hear something? There's like the girl in the thing be like, hey, shut up, calm down. It's just us here.
No one's home.
Check out my matching drapes and curtains.
You see, now you get it.
There you go.
That's not the phrase.
Oculus. I want to check it out. I've always been interested in stuff.
What
like that.
what Samsung do you have? The 8?
I got the 8, but I upgraded. I'm just waiting for my phone. So the S21 Ultra.
Well, I was gonna say if you have the 8, I could lend you the glasses I have because it came with that.
Oh, is it the thing where you put your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Into it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I played Super Hot on the Oculus. That's just I don't know if anybody's played Super Hot, but it's like
What is that? What is it?
it's like it's kind of like a simulator game. So it puts you in these scenarios, and everything's like all like blocky, sort of. I don't know how to explain it. It's fucking weird, but it puts you in these scenarios, and you're supposed to like shoot, knife, like throwing stars and all this kind of out of the situation. And it just does these different scenarios over and over and over again. It's kind of fun. It's addicting. I probably played it for like an hour. When Elijah's cousin he brought it over. He had just gotten his Oculus. This was like over the holiday or whatever. And yeah, I did play a clown game too at my buddy's. It was an amusement park thing. So you're like on a roller coaster. So essentially, it's like a rail shooter, and you just have the controllers, and you're shooting all the
amusement park thing,
yeah,
gotcha.
But it's a
That's
horror
good.
thing, so there's like you go through certain parts of it, and there's like giant decapitated pig heads and organs and shit hanging from the ceiling, and
That sounds cool.
but like the main enemies are all clowns. They run at you and they're all bloody and yeah.
Gary is a clown.
Gary,
Gary
Yeah,
would
that's
enjoy
awesome.
it.
Try it. He's got to try that. He's got to try that.
There was a couple times that I had to close my eyes because like I don't do roller coasters. I don't do well on roller coasters, and it was like if you're like it puts you in there and like you feel like you're
That's what I was about to say. So the goggles, like you do feel like you're in there. Like
Yeah.
everything that you're seeing around you just looks virtual or
Absolutely.
whatever situation you're in. See, so that's cool because to me, like since I've never had that experience, 3D is still those old, red and blue glasses when you go to the movies and you're seeing the shit coming at you. To me, that's what that whole 3D aspect is. So to do the VR and all that, I definitely want to check it out.
Jose, it's bugged out. Like you'll feel like you're gonna hit yourself, bump into shit. Like you know what I mean? Like you lose balance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just from the game. Because in the game, if you're losing balance in the game, you kind of you're doing it in real life too. So like you're dodging. I've almost busted my ass trying to play a game.
I punched the wall here playing Super Hot.
See,
I threw a knife and I was too close to the thing and I went bam right into the trim. Like fuck.
That's cool. Can you be like sitting down playing that shit, like, or you have to be standing up?
Yeah.
And okay, so
like what it kind of does is like you actually when you put it on, you stand in the middle of the room and you actually build the parameter of your space. So like you'll walk around the parameter.
I should have talked to you before I started playing.
Yeah, so like that way it'll warn you if you're getting close to something, close to a wall or a piece of furniture or something like that.
That's interesting. All right,
Yeah.
Nice, man, nice. We'll look into that. Tax money coming soon.
But like he said, like KJ said, he plays it for like 20 minutes, and then and then he wants to puke. They said that like a lot of people, like if you're not used to it, do like 15-20 minute increments, and if you don't feel good, like just stop playing it for a little bit, and then just keep it to small increments. I played it for like an hour. It was fucking fun.
That sounds cool. It sounds interesting. Like, can you do other stuff like watch a movie, TV, browse web?
So yeah, I think so.
Just with it on, you just you just got your goggles, so it's just like you have the screen in front of you type shit. Like, all right, yeah, that's cool. I'll definitely check that out. Anybody else have that experience with those kind of things?
Not I.
Nah. Brian never messed with it. No.
When I was down at Chris's house, I meant to try it out, but I didn't really get the urge.
Yeah.
You didn't want to look stupid in front of everybody.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, no. I don't want to do that either.
Yeah.
I tried it out one time with like my nephew. We went to like one of those theme parks, and there was this like a VR simulator type thing, and like there was two games. One of the guy was like, "This is more intense, and this is like kind of less intense." And I was like, "Of course." My nephew was like, "More intense, more intense." So we sat and strapped in. It was like more of a platform, and you're in this kind of cage, and you have two guns, like kind of two guns, and your one in your left, one in your right, and then the whole game plays through like you're on this platform, and it's flying you through this whole city, and you're fighting these robots that are coming at you at all different angles and stuff, and it's like, but the flying part, what was great about the simulator was like it had wind, like it had fans and stuff to simulate that you're moving. Yeah. So it's like when you were flying through the landscape and the buildings in the city, trying to shoot down this robot that was in like a hovercraft type thing. It was like you literally I almost lost my footing, which I was standing still, there's no way.
But you're like, whoa.
Then all of a sudden, when I'm like, when the platform lifts up and you're now flying, and you're like, it's going through the city. I'm like, holy shit! Like I felt like I was gonna fall, and it was getting really intense. And I was like, this can just really, like, for a 6-year-old, I was like, I was wondering how my nephew was doing, because I was like ready to pee my pants.
I have an idea, guys. The next time we're together, right? We should all play the same virtual game, right? And the game is we all have to get through the level, right? But while we have the glasses on, we could fuck with the person who has the glasses on. Oh. So I'm already picturing Dom with the glasses on and me slapping him in his belly or pinching his nipples and shit.
Oh,
like, dude. I would just think that'd be hysterical, and to record it, that'd be fucking great.
Yeah, like KJ said, you can watch TV and movies. You can also watch movies in virtual reality theaters with other people.
That's pretty dope.
So like if we all had the VR headsets, we could watch.
You could turn, turn to side.
Yeah, we can
Oh,
turn
shit.
stuff on and be sitting with each other playing, like watching fucking.
Yeah, but would I be able to
Marvel
turn and see you there?
Yeah.
That's
And
weird. That's
I can
bugged
hear
out.
you eating popcorn too.
Yep, probably.
That's kind of wild. Yeah.
Throw
That's nice.
popcorn
Just
at you.
Go to bed
Dom,
with
stop
that
kicking
on.
my seat.
Technology, man. It's the future. It's the future. Yeah, it's the future. So, all right. Dom has his video game woes. So, G Money, what's up? How you doing tonight?
It helps if I unmute it. Everything is good. It's good. I'm hanging out in the living room tonight for a little change of pace, you know.
Yeah, it's got the mood lighting going on over there.
I know, right? I got the pendant lights over the kitchen
Some
island.
power short. What is it? Is there a power
Burning
shortage in
some
Florida?
vanilla.
I know, right? You have to conserve all the energy.
Well, what we
Electricity.
can't see is Gary doesn't have his pants on.
Exactly. It's a normal Tuesday night routine for me. No, I'm still recovering from that ETR yesterday. That's like the hardest show to sit through ever. All those Mezco reveals, man. All that nonsense. That's it. Yeah, my wife's doing the voice that Chris likes to do right now.
The guys in the chat were having fun with that.
Gary, are you scared of that creepy shit because you're always sitting in the dark?
No. I just like the idea of some of that stuff, like in your house. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't feel well.
You're the one with the life-size goblin from Mandalorian.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, don't feed that thing after midnight. It turns into a gremlin.
See, but it's a good character though, right? It's like having Gizmo, like a Mogwai. You know, it's nice.
Yeah. Mogwai!
Just don't wet it. Just don't wet it.
Yo, they're coming out with a sequel, right?
Are they?
I just heard that. I heard that the other day. I don't know
of
how
course
true it
they
is.
What, gremlins?
Of course they are.
Another gremlins?
They started teasing with the commercials in the Super Bowl.
Are they going to bring back the original cast?
I think they did try to get.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. It's an animated cartoon that's coming, and it's the story of I think his name is Ming or Ping, the shop owner.
Oh, how he got
when
him, right?
he was a kid, and
Yeah.
how he met Gizmo and the adventures that led them to that. So it seems pretty cool.
That's kind of
I mean,
cool.
Yeah.
Damn, how old do those things live? Like, how old is Gizmo? Gizmo that old?
Yeah, probably. I mean, he could be like Baby
He was hanging
Yoda.
out. He was hanging out with Jesus.
Dude,
Shit, man.
Gremlins is fucking scary. That's a scary fucking movie, man.
It was actually a scary movie as a kid.
He probably
it was.
Gizmo probably told Moses to part the sea because he couldn't get wet.
Good one, Don.
That's good.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
I'm
missed
not-
it.
yeah.
That's
Bank that one, man. Use that one next
Fuck
Thanksgiving
you.
table. Yeah.
They don't all hit, Dom. They don't all
I
hit.
try.
I'll give you an A for effort. A for effort right there. But I haven't seen Gremlins in forever. Gremlins or Gremlins 2. But I didn't feel like they were
Fucking
like
Christmas movies.
scary. I know. I just gotta find them. I just don't own them. Right?
You know, Jose, it's not so much the movie that's scary. It's what you think about when you're home alone after you've watched the movie. Like, could you imagine walking into your kitchen and seeing little green monsters, like, just
Hey,
in
if the
there?
mom can handle it, I
Dude.
can handle it. Okay.
Like, her fear in that scene is so fucking real.
Yeah, but she handled it.
Nuts.
She handled
Toughest
it.
mom
She handled it like a pro, though.
What'd she
handled
do?
it
She
like
threw
a
one in
pro.
the blender.
Yeah,
One in the
throw
microwave.
One in the
No,
microwave.
first she takes a knife out of the fucking butcher's
Oh,
box.
it stabs one. Yeah. it stabs
Oh
the
God!
one.
Fucking stabs it to death.
Oh. Oh.
There you go, Mom.
Yeah.
I used to have nightmares. Like I had them well into my teenage years.
Yeah.
Nightmares
Over-
about gremlins.
over
taking
gremlins?
over. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Taking over what?
I remember them too. Like the dreams that I used to have. They'd eat my fucking animals.
Oh my god.
Little bastards.
You know what? Like, I don't know. Maybe I was used to watching like horror movies when I was like a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of grew up on Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street and shit. So I guess Gremlins just didn't seem that bad, like compared to shit like
So-
that. You know?
Like I had like a Gizmo stuffed animal as a kid, but my dad for some reason he bought like one of those. It was like a life-size fucking stripe, and we used to put it in the guest room. It was like
Oh,
on
wow.
what seemed like the tallest dresser drawers I've ever seen. Of course, I was a kid back then, right? And you know when you go in there, the light's always off. The way this house was, like, there was no light switch on the wall. They had these like sconces on the wall. You had to go reach up and turn the, I don't know, this old house. And I could swear when you turn your back on that fucking stripe thing, it would fucking move. Like whenever I walked in that room, I would get chills because that thing was in there. It was just fucking thing was scary, man.
Bro, why'd your dad buy that though?
That's what I was
I don't
gonna
know.
ask.
I don't know.
Was your dad a collector of sorts?
You
or-
know what? I'm gonna fucking call him after the show. I'm gonna.
Call him right now.
He's gonna go, Brian. I did that to fuck with you, you little
Right.
pussy ass.
Yeah.
I was the same
Trying to
way
get
though.
your
I was
balls.
always, like Jose said, I was brought up on like horror movies. So like but certain things they creep me out. And it was never Jason. It wasn't Freddy. It wasn't Michael Myers. I used to watch all that. It was always the little creatures running across the room.
Right.
Like it was Chucky when he came out. It was fucking the gate with
but you
those
like
little
Ewoks.
monster things. Puppet Master.
Ghoulies.
Ghoulies, yeah.
Listen,
So-
I like Ewoks, right? So you
Critters.
gotta think about it. Small
Yeah.
guy like small things. Other small things can kill small guy. Okay?
Right, right.
Small guy was scared.
Sorry, I forgot to pick up the small guy book at the library when I was reading
You
it.
probably stepped on it.
Inform me of what-
Fuck.
Well, you guys, I should remind you this, but do you know what other thing used to terrify me? I shared that I can't stand.
What, Gary?
That most people found endearing back when they were kids, but I hated it.
Oh, E.T.
Yes. Oh, I
Yep.
hated that thing. Hated
Yeah,
that thing. That sequence.
Does it still?
Oh, I can't stand it. It's like that when they're in the cornfields
Ammunition,
and
guys. Ammunition.
he's like,
Cornfields.
yeah, when he's like in the backyard and he's like, you hear that thing breathing, and then all of a sudden he shines a flashlight on him. Yeah, and his head shoots real high, right? And his like eyes are wide, and he's like, "Rah, rah." Like,
What movie were you watching?
dude, you know, come on.
I
It's
sent
like-
Gary the video with all this.
yeah,
Just
dude.
freak him out.
Next time, you got-
Brown
next
house.
time- Gary, you can't watch E.T. in the dark. You gotta watch it. You know?
E.T. wasn't really a favorite. It wasn't really a favorite of mine either. Like I probably saw it once or twice as a kid, and it wasn't anything that I gravitated towards. Like if they were showing a rerun or something, I didn't care.
Gary's my friend.
That thing did look
Awful.
fucking ugly too.
Did you ever go to what was it? I think it was Universal Studios had an E.T.
Yeah,
ride,
the
right?
ride.
They
They
had
still
the
have
ride,
it.
right?
No, I wouldn't go sit on this bicycle and
You wouldn't-
pretend
you-
that you're.
No?
See now that was cool. Like just like the Back to the Future ride over there. Like when you're getting in the car and it simulates you traveling through time. Like that was cool. Like I don't know if anybody's got the chance to experience that, but that was some cool stuff.
Yeah, that ride was dope. The Back to the Future ride.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still there,
I
but they made a Simpsons ride that's similar to it. Now it's
That,
Simpsons.
that took over the Back to the Future ride,
There you go. Yeah,
the Simpson ride. Yeah,
Oh, so they
But the
retired
Back to the Future was pretty cool too.
yeah,
I think they used the same like machines because it's the
yeah,
same
yeah.
building.
They changed
They
the
just
car
revamped
into
it.
like a Simpson car. Yeah,
Yeah,
Gary,
that-
but like
that-
Gary,
yeah, that's
Gary,
awful.
one of the at the end of the ride for the ET ride, I remember Elliot. ET used to call out your name. Like
Yes,
he
I
was like,
remember.
Gary.
I've heard
Like,
that.
you can-
Yes.
Oh.
but the worst part is you go to his planet, so you see like 50,000
Oh,
fucking ETs
yeah.
I
all over the
remember
place.
that. Yeah, I
Small
think I-
ETs, colored ones, they're all over the place.
Yeah. Man, it's been so long, but yeah, I think I remember doing that. And Back to the Future was cool. The King Kong thing was cool. It was just like
King Kong was
gave you
cool,
that
yeah.
little simulated set of New York. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're getting on the ferry, and that was cool. Did you guys do that?
Yep.
You know,
Yeah, we did the King
Yeah.
Kong. I think they turned the King Kong ride into the Mummy ride. That's they transferred the King Kong ride. Into the
It
Yeah.
could be.
ride.
Yeah,
I
you're
think
right.
that's what they're now. Yeah.
And the Mummy ride may not be there anymore either. I mean, I haven't been there.
No,
in so
maybe
long.
not. Yeah, it's
Been
been
like
so
5.
long. Yeah.
It's been 5 or 6 years since I've been there or more.
Yeah, I did the Mummy.
Yeah.
Did you guys get to do the Terminator 2? Like that 3D?
I like that
Mhm.
one. Yeah,
thing that was
the
in
3D.
there?
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. It was like a
See,
show,
I
but it
mean-
was like it was a 3D show. Yeah.
The newest one that I got to do was like the Harry Potter stuff when I went.
See that
Mhm.
like that I didn't do because the line was like so crazy, and I
Yeah.
was like,
There's a
and I
trick.
wasn't-
There's a trick to it. You got to do single riders, like if it's you and one other person,
uh-huh.
and you just don't ride together, but you ride simultaneously next to each other. Like you go on the first cart, she goes on the next one. You know what I mean, or vice versa, and you come out at the ride at the same time. So once I learned that trick, I wasn't waiting online anymore. I was seeing single riders the whole time. Sometimes you actually get on the ride with the person you're with because they need 2 people as opposed to just one.
Yeah,
So it works out that way.
nice.
Look at you! Look at you trying to beat the system.
Come on, man, it's Dave. I'm always trying to beat the system, man.
There you go.
Yeah, I got to do the
Find a spot
Transformers
to
too.
smoke weed in, and I gotta cut the line somehow.
I'll be that guy. I'll be that line. I'll be that line guard. It's like, it seems like your friend's right behind you. It doesn't look like you guys are single bodies here.
Oh, you'll be that
I'll
asshole.
be like, "Shut up, you fat fuck! What are you from Jersey?"
That
Nah,
shit
just
doesn't fly out.
raining
Great
on your
adventure over
parade.
here.
I mean, letting you fly with that shit. Yeah. Did you get to do
Come on, let's
Transformers? The Transformers, the ride shit too was cool. Like, I don't if
That-
you didn't get a chance to do that one. It was
That
cool.
looks dope, but it was being built before I went, so I
Yeah.
didn't get to do that.
Similar to like,
the Spider-Man ride, right? It's
oh,
almost
that
like the Spider-Man,
is
yeah,
dope.
yeah.
Yeah, same thing. Because the way they would simulate you, like the way you feel like you're falling and stuff like that, like they did like a really good job. And Transformers is the same. Like, so then you feel like you're going like super fast, and then you jump a building, and then
Mm-hmm.
you get the robots like catching you, like type shit. So it's a really cool thing, you know.
Wow. I went back in 2000. I don't remember. I was drunk the whole time. I don't remember any of it. I remember there was like 2 roller coasters that like they were like dueling roller coasters. They were
Yeah.
like 2
The
dragons.
the dueling dragons, yeah, the dueling.
They changed that
dragons,
to a Harry Potter ride now. Doing
Oh.
dragons.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
man.
we did them. I think we did them all except for maybe the ET ride. But we spent a lot of time on that city walk or whatever with the
Yeah.
Well, that's where the
Where the
alcohol-
bars are. Where the bars are now.
Margarita in Paradise,
Margaritaville.
whatever.
Yeah,
Hot dog in Paradise. What is it?
Margaritaville.
Margaritaville.
Hamburger in
that's
Paradise.
Yeah,
right.
it's,
Yeah,
Jimmy
hamburger
Jimmy
in
whatever.
Paradise.
The
place.
helper.
Yeah. And the Pat O'Brien's place with the dueling piano thing, and I was just hammered that whole week. Dude, they sold beer in the 7-Elevens. I was like, all right, well, there's my week.
They just didn't. I remember being there, but they wouldn't want to let you buy like too early. I think you had to buy like after 10 a.m. or something like that.
You got morals.
barely any.
Mm.
So that was good times. That was good times. So, Gary, did you have something you wanted to discuss tonight? I know you threw something out there in the chat.
I had a couple thoughts. I was just let's start with this. I was just curious, in all seriousness, with all the reveals right from Mezco stuff yesterday. Any thoughts, feelings sparked by seeing Mezco Destro?
Yes.
Yeah, that thing
My
looks
only
pretty
answer
cool.
is yes.
Mezco Destro.
Oh, hi.
Sorry about that. That was me. Sorry, guys. I want to respond to something Cody wrote in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a Mezco collector. I think I got like one of those like in my collection. That's it. But I mean, I thought that was cool. Like, you know, anybody, this G.I. Joe craze that's been around like lately. Like, it just looks like that's just another outlet. That if you're a collector of that and you love that franchise, boom, there you go. another, I guess,
The
quote
thing-
unquote higher end figure that you could now collect.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna be a little thunder thief here, but I think I think Dave was talking in a chat with somebody, but with Mezco, like I don't know whether they're gonna be able to quench GI Joe's collectors, ability to want figures as fast as possible. So like you're gonna only get a certain amount of figures a year from Mezco, and if there's one GI Joe character a year, like are you really gonna support a line and collect GI Joe figures from when they're coming maybe one or two a year, and it's like where you can in Hasbro and
Why
pushing
not?
out like six, seven figures, maybe even like 8 to 10 figures a year, like you're gonna get that faster than a Mezco, or more, that's what I'm saying.
More.
So
yeah, I agree, Dom. I said the same thing. I said, oh great,
Yep,
so
you
we're
said
gonna
it,
get two
said it,
figures a year. Like it's two. What's gonna be the max? 4? Even if
I
you
doubt
get 4
even
GI
that.
Joes,
Like, I
is
would
that
say
gonna
two.
is that gonna keep everybody satisfied? Like Dom said, like I don't think so. Not with GI Joe people.
Right.
I mean, if you got people who collect the Hasbro stuff and just want like an upgrade, so to speak, to their Hasbro figure, they might want to get the Mezco. But like me, I looked at it and I'm like, do I need Destro? Will I, knowing me, I might get Destro and then, all right, I only get Destro and Cobra Commander and the Baroness, and then I only get Zartan. But that's never going to happen like that. You know what I mean? They're not going to give you the 4 or 5 characters you want in a row.
Yeah.
So you're going to be waiting fucking, like Dom said, years to fucking get a decent team of G.I. Joes from these people. And I'm a huge Mezco fan, but I honestly don't, I wasn't happy when I saw that at all.
I mean, I think it's great for people who are like these pure like Mezco fans. Mezco, is there a term for them? Like Mezco maniacs or something like that?
There should be. There should be.
Because I mean, I still think that the well is going to start drying up on these old properties. I mean, we're not getting any younger people.
Right.
So, like, if they're only going to be putting out a couple figures per year, I mean, some of us are going to be pretty old by the time that shipwreck that you want comes in, kind of thing. Who knows?
They could also do what they've been doing with like the pink skulls. They could come out with a Viper set with 3 Vipers in one set.
All right, now you're talking my language.
And they could do that. So I could be talking shit, but meanwhile they have something in motion already. Maybe they have an idea that they know that they're going to be slow bringing this stuff out too. So they got to come out harder. I don't know. It's all I'm making a stipulation that they might bundle characters together because they've done it a few times, especially lately. Last year they came out with that Living Dead set, so they can come out with 2 figures at a time if they want. It's just, what are you going to get out of those 2 figures? That's just it.
So is there a release?
They did. I'm sorry. They did a Pluto and a Popeye two sets. So they are known to do like box sets, and whether it's a set of 4 or a set of 2, so they could do that with GI Joe to get out more figures in regarding a year or a long like a certain time period. But like I said, like I don't know with regards to what is coming out from Hasbro, and I'm sure they're going to be punching out 20 to 30 figures a year. You're probably best bet, and to do that to where you can get all the characters that you want. Have a good, decent collection that represents the GI Joe figures that you had as a kid or something like that. So
and something else too. Chris mentioned it yesterday. It's like, this license from Hasbro probably isn't cheap, so they want to capitalize on that. I mean, and chances are they only have it for a limited amount of time, right? Or I don't know how that works.
Well, they've had the Marvel license for a while, but it's I don't know how they've been doing it. I just don't know how they've been with their licensees and how much they pay, and what's the cost in regards to picking up a GI Joe license from Hasbro, and because they're probably making the margin on that specific figure. But yeah, you're right, Mike, Brian. Like you would think they would be turning out and pushing out as many figures as they possible could do in a given 2 years, because it costs them that license X amount of dollars, so they want to make their money back from that.
So do you think that's gonna hurt them in the long run or not? Because like Mezco already takes too long to come out with stuff, in my opinion. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've been waiting for my I finally got my Superman, and what has it been, a year?
I was gonna ask like
Yeah,
what their
yeah,
release schedule
yeah.
is. Their release schedule like as such that they release things like slowly, like for
No,
Very slow. It's
for
very
comic book
slowly.
characters like that, like Superman, like they don't release like a group of characters at a time, or is it like one at a time releases?
it varies, bro. Honestly, it's the one thing I don't like about the company, and I love them. I love them up and down. I love the people that work there and everything, but they come out with something and then you get a little bit of a drought, right? You maybe have a month without a figure, and then all of a sudden you get fucking 5 pre-orders in a matter of 3 or 4 days. So there goes your credit card or your bank account getting hit at the same time, and you sometimes upwards of $400-500 in 2 weeks.
See, so you bring up an interesting point now. So with a franchise like GI Joe, like do you want to get hit for 80 or 100 or whatever those things are going to cost because they are so many characters, and let's say they do put out 5 or 6 at a time. You're going to get hit. You're going to get hit
Right.
every single time. You know?
Oh yeah, every December, every end of the year we do. You know, they like Dave says, like they've done numerous times where they would drop like 5 figures in a given month, and because there've been delays on these, you know, this figure for so many months, or the delays on this figure for so many months, and all of a sudden they all come out at once. And then on top of that, they do exclusives that come out within a month. Like, you know, they'll put the exclusive up, and you'd be like, oh great, you know, buy the exclusive, and you think you're going to have a long period of time to get it, but then within a month and a half, you know, they're shipping it out. Like the next month they're shipping it out. So it's like it's sporadic with them, and it's like, you know, I just feel like that's one of their weaknesses. But you know, I just don't know how they license. Like, I don't know whether it's a license to do like, you know, an overall license to do any character they want, or is it licensed per character? And then, like, you know, I just don't know how they do it.
Didn't you guys mention last night about like sometimes these things being like test runs? If the figure's popular, then maybe they'll do more in the line. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah, I mean, they're not known for doing completionist runs, right? I mean, they
No. Oh, well,
they
yeah,
spot
they-
characters.
We have 15 Batmans, not one Robin yet. So that'll tell you
Right.
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
completing
Yeah, yeah.
teams and
And-
how they
and-
complete teams.
But I tell you one thing though, like, I mean, I got to mess with a classified Viper a couple weeks ago, and that thing was fantastic. And could you imagine that with soft goods? Like, there's some GI Joe characters with some very elaborate outfits with the straps and the pockets and the accessories, and I think that could be really fun for if Mezco were to do.
Oh, they
some of those.
probably they'll probably knock it out of the park, like with what they
Yeah.
can do, and some of the figures that they've done before with so much cloth and everything. Like, you know, the Pennywise figure with the way they did it and the outfit that he has. It's amazing.
Comparing a Cobra Viper to fucking Pennywise.
I'm just talking
He's just
about
saying there's
what
a
they
lot
can
of
do.
soft goods on that.
It's just a
Yeah,
lot.
I'm
they can
talking
do
straps and knives and holsters and gauntlets and.
Okay, Punisher,
Got some-
Brian. I'm sorry.
There you go. Now we're talking. Get your apples
Like the-
to your
Yeah,
apples.
but back to my point. Don't you think that if they start, you know, directing more attention to this GI Joe brand, that other things they're supposed to be working on are going to
Oh, yeah.
fall off?
Yeah.
What
you
else
know?
are they supposed to be working on?
Everything under the sun, it seems like,
Oh, okay.
because they
Yeah,
got
like
Power
they
Rangers now. They
have Power Rangers,
Those look
yeah.
really good, by the way. But I'm not a
those-
Power Ranger guy.
They're satin.
I might go in on that
outfits.
Green Ranger, like, cause that does look cool. Like, and a smart one to do, like, right out the gate, being that he's like the most popular from that particular series. You know,
Yeah, he's
so
like the Optimus Prime of Power Rangers.
you know,
I mean,
That's a small set too, if you think about
Yeah,
it.
I was gonna say with the Power Rangers, it's just a matter of like changing dye color.
yeah, and retooling the helmets. However, they make those helmets, because they're not all the same, you know, but they're just, you know, they're similar. So exactly, all the outfits are the same. No, you just change the color of them. So I don't know. I might be in. I didn't even really that one that I got from Chris. I got the armored that Justice League Batman one, the armored one from like the end of the movie. I still got that. I haven't even really messed with that. So, but I just remember, I just look at some of these, and I'm still like, like not interested. But that Destro did look good. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel
Does
like
look good.
there's some of their figures that really like they catch my eye, and I'm like the Dark Side was like another one, you know, because it just doesn't look like their typical like what they sort of typically put out, and the way those soft outfits sort of like look on the body of the figure, like you know, like on that Destro, it looked really good. Good. So
The other
Like, and
selling point for this is you're not you know there's no real exclusivity. You don't get to fucking try and track it down. It's like if you want it, pre-order it.
yeah,
You're guaranteed. You know what I mean? And it's
that's a load
You know.
off for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's not there's not the worrying
yeah.
about the hunt sort of thing. You
No.
know?
What'll suck though, JD, is if they'll do
So
that
they
for the
make it
first few
exclusive,
releases,
yeah.
and then all of a sudden do a exclusive Zartan that's only up for 5 minutes, and then you're paying $500 for that, a secondary market, you know?
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like our circle of friends. I mean,
So you think we'll be okay?
You want something that bad? I think we'll be all right. And it seems like the direction that they're going is like the only thing that's really exclusive is their own. You know.
Oh no, they
their
do
own
PX
proprietary
exclusives.
thing.
Like
Yeah,
like I can see
but
them do. I can
usually those end up as a pre-order. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Right.
Pre-X, PX exclusives are pre-orders and stuff like that. But I can see I can see them do like Pimp Daddy Destro as an exclusive. In regards
maybe
to just the
something
regular
like that.
Destro,
Yeah,
like you know,
like
yeah.
that's-
Like I can see them doing that. But like
I mean,
I think
they do basic figures as exclusives too, though. Superman and Batman were both exclusives, or what were they? PXs?
no, there's
but exclusive to where? Like,
the first Superman was not an exclusive. It was a generic release. The Batman's typically the black costume is generic releases, and then the blue costumes are PX releases. And then certain like all black fucking Batman is a Mezco exclusive, you know, kind of thing. So it does their exclusives tend to be just color variants of the original releases.
So what
I say that, Dom, is because like, you know, when you buy Mezco constantly, you rack up rewards points, right?
Yeah.
You can't use them on any of the exclusives or PXs. So I just remember that with Superman.
Yep.
With Reeves. So I don't know.
With Reeves, like Christopher Reeves was an exclusive, like his I guess I don't know whether it cost them more to get the likeness or whatever the case may be, and they made it exclusive. Same thing with Keaton Batman.
Yeah, so it was a limited edition Mezco exclusive.
Yeah. So those two were exclusive, but obviously I don't know why they made it exclusive. I'm assuming that maybe the likeness was a little bit more money, so they only a limited amount of how many they can make or something like that.
But they allowed people to buy up to 6 of them.
Yes, that was true. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, well, like I said, like it just varies with the company, but I know I wasn't surprised on the expansion of their licenses because the fact that they have established a good, their main character like Gomez, like they sell the shit out of Gomez, and this new the new figures that they're putting out with Baron and Crag and all that, like that's for them, that's like, money in their pocket because they can push out those figures. They don't have to pay for any type of licensing. That's their own characters, and at the end of the day, they're making like the skulls sell like great. Like the top selling pack right now is those pink skulls. Like that's like those are one of the highest grossing sets that they have or they put out. So
the set goes for what, $700-800 now?
$700, yeah, $700-800. So it's like,
I mean, for shit to be selling like that, there's got to be just pure goodwill towards the brand for something that's like original and non-licensed, basically unknown property. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that where we're at? Like with the collector's game right now, that it's just like it's like you got to have it, regardless of whether you know what it is or not. It comes from this company. You just got to have it. Like, is there stuff like generally like good? Like, is there any like issues as far as like QC generally with their releases?
You still don't really hear much QC stuff. You still do, but it's not as bad as it was 3-4 years ago when they first came out. When we were talking about them, there was a lot more QC, like the Catwoman figure. You can still get it on Mezco's website. It's been on there for over 2 years, 3 years. because when people were getting that right out the box, it was broken. Like if you touch the arm in a certain way or the leg, what happened was I think whoever put it together reversed it. Like it basically the joints were reversed. So if you try to bend your elbow, you broke it right away. So people were getting cases of them, and then having to send at least half of the case back for to get replacements. So that figure wasn't really well received. And then like you mentioned the dark side.
Yeah.
It's a good figure, right? It's just that people don't want to pay that amount for it. So that's still, I think, on their website as well. And that's been there. It's a great figure. It's been there for over 2 years as well.
I thought
but then you got other ones that drop day of, they sell out, depending on what it is.
I was about to ask, like, because like the difference between what's considered like a general release and an exclusive, like what's to stop you from purchasing like an exclusive over a general release? Like what is it? Like our exclusives just more apt to sell out because everybody knows it's supposedly an exclusive.
You
it's
never know
more hype around it.
So like, for example, like that one Asia exclusive that went up 3 weeks ago that all the guys in the chat were talking about. That one went up on a Hong Kong website or whatever, and some of the guys were able to get it. That figure already is trading for $500-$600 worth of figures, I think, or was when it first dropped. I don't know if that's still the case, but you just don't know with these Mezco like releases. Sometimes you don't know that they're going to be so limited that they're going to sell out so quick. Like sometimes you'll get on, like the one that they dropped on last Friday was a what figure was that? The Krig, the Black Krig.
The Black Krig with
added
toy
all this fucking nonsense to
bundle,
it.
yeah.
Bundle, which it's cool stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I just think that it's a little too much. If the bundle was 200, correct me if I'm wrong, Dom. I think that the bundle should be somewhere around 140, 150.
Yeah,
they give you a bunch of shit. 175. And that stayed on for a few hours. It didn't sell out right away.
6 hours, yeah.
So, do you remember the convention in a box from last year or the year before?
Yeah, at the toy fair.
How much was that?
Which one? There was two. There's one that's coming out now, Bodega in the box. Yeah. And that's the Gomez with the blue shirt.
Yeah.
And there was a toy fair. There was a toy fair one.
Then there was a toy fair one.
And because
that's essentially the same thing that they did
this year.
I don't remember how much that thing was.
I think it was in the 150, 160. Like I think it was in the 150 range last year. But again, like I can see what they're doing. Like they're trying to get their market, the MRP up on these exclusives. Right now I can see that they're doing it to buy more licensees. Like they bought these licenses. They bought the freaking Power Rangers.
Exactly.
They bought the G.I. Joe. So hey, how can we get we can't buy these licenses at an $85 price point. You know what I'm saying? We need to up our game. So they do these exclusives, do these bundles, give you a bunch of shit that you don't want, and they can charge you $150 for it, $160 for it.
Yeah, because they're already charging you with like 80 or 85 for like a base release, right? That's what those things.
Base release, yeah. Mm-hmm. It used to be 65. Like their original Dark Knight Batmans were going for like 65 back in the day. So they upped it. Their price point used to be 65, and then they went up to like 80. Now they're at 85, and they're creeping up to like 90. And then like these exclusives with these bundles, and they're going 120s to 170. Exclusives, even sometimes exclusives with one figures are now like 170. Like what was it? 117 for the white skull, right? For no apparent reason. There was no extra anything fancy with it. It was just a bunch of accessories that they normally give, and it went for one. It went for like 120. So
I missed out on that. That one's trading for $500-$600 now. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I think.
Go ahead.
I think that's kind of like, I think with regards to their reputation and their exclusives and how much they go on the secondary market, people are anything like anything else. People are jumping in just to buy them so they can sell them on the secondary market for the price. So you have some of that in your population pool in regards to buying these exclusives. So that's why it makes it somewhat harder because typically your exclusives back in the day, remember like Dave, they didn't sell out in like 30 seconds. They sold out in a couple hours, but like now it's like within minutes they sell out because of the hype and the secondary
Eh,
market that they
Yeah,
drive.
it's just about people wanting to make a flip, make some money. That's it.
Yeah. And even people like that are getting into the line, they jump on these exclusives because then they use it as like trade bait to get some of those older figures that were generic releases, but now are demanding like a $300-$400 price range.
Yeah.
So,
I guess
So
it's
it's-
So like
Very
Jose, remember you mentioned general releases before, right?
Yeah.
They just came out with their what's his actors, Danny, whatever. No, Constantine, the dude with the yellow sashes. I can't think of it right now. Come on, green suit, yellow sashes, Iron Fist.
Iron
Oh,
Fist.
Iron
Yeah.
Fist,
Okay.
So Iron Fist just dropped, right? And people slept on it because originally they didn't really, care for, I guess, the suit, and it didn't have the yellow sash, and now the yellow sash is there, and the figure dropped. And now what people are doing is they're starting to see the box number of how many were created. So there's only 3,000 or something of those made.
Yeah.
So people are going to start buying those in hopes that it goes up in price. Because when it sells out, people are going to look for it.
Yeah.
So
They're gonna be like, I'm gonna need an Iron Fist for my collection.
So
if you got power,
basically,
man, you need Iron Fist.
Mezco does like what Hot Toys does. Like their production numbers are based on how many pre-orders. What pre-orders are showing. So if you don't pre-order the item, or you don't put a pre-order for the item, whether it's through a third party or whether it's through Mezco themselves, they limited the number of what is produced. Like, so for KG Beast, there was not a lot of pre-orders for the character. There was not a lot of interest, so they didn't make a lot. And then now it's like, sold out real fast. Everybody wants one. So
it's a good
get
figure
your fucking
too.
pre-orders in.
It's a great figure. That's why too, Dom. It came out and everybody's like, "Holy shit, it's fucking a great figure."
They knocked it out of the park with that.
So,
But you're saying it's a crapshoot, so it's like, so you don't know, So I guess if you pre-order every single one, I guess you're safe. does what some of these things become worth, like, sort of outweigh like buying another piece that might, not be as good, if that's what you're trying to be in the game for like the resale?
The way they make the figures and how they're not a company that's going to complete a whole line very fast. So it's appealing to collectors who are just selective. You know what I'm saying? But what happens is that a lot of them get caught up in the hype, and then for these exclusives and stuff like that, and you're buying everything, and you're putting you're pre-ordering everything from Mezco, because God knows if the quantities are low, you could throw it up on the secondary market and make a pretty dollar on reselling it for $400, $200, $300.
No.
I anybody listening who's not familiar with Mezco's website too, if you feel like, hey, I really want this figure, and you see that it's sold out, and you see something on there called a wait list, join it, because
jump on it.
Sometimes it works, and if I've done it 10 times, it worked for me 6 out of 10.
Oh, that's not bad. That's pretty good odds.
Yeah.
But what is that? Is that them re-releasing the figure, or
it's like you're hoping when they I guess do warehouse searches, or after they send their stuff out to their distributors and stuff, they might have extra. Yeah. And when they do, they just automatically take your money out. They tell you money's gone.
First come, first serve sort of thing.
Yep. You're on a list. You're pretty much on a list, and whatever volume, whatever supply comes available. Yep. They go right to the top of the list.
Nice. I never even thought about doing that, because whenever I would see that, like, off like a third party transformer or something like that, you're like, this shit ain't fucking getting reissued anytime soon. Like, why am I gonna fucking bother? Like, like doing something like that. But hey, if you get lucky with a company like Mezco, that's dope. See,
with Mezco and Hot Toys, it's always a usual good thing to do it, because if you really want it, you probably get it.
Nice. So, well, Dom said, I guess, being a Mezco collector, like, you realize that releases are few and far in between. So, like, I guess if anybody's gonna be into this G.I. Joe line, that Gary brought up, like this Destro that's gonna be dropped, I mean, I guess anybody that buys that is gonna have to know that they're not gonna really get a complete collection like anytime soon. So, like, with that, do you think that's gonna appeal to people that are really into, like, the ones that are collecting?
I don't think it matters. Stuff? I really don't think I really don't think it matters with them. Like I think with this figure with Destro, you're gonna get a bunch of pre-orders. You're gonna get things. Hopefully people do pre-orders, so they do make a lot,
a large
where,
amount.
it's not a small a small quantity and everybody gets it, but and they continue the line. Obviously they gauge on what character. If Destro does good, then they'll do the next character. I'm sure. I feel it just doesn't matter. Like I think that everybody's going to just buy Destro because Mezco has built that reputation that they make great quality figures, and the soft goods that they do is I think leagues ahead of whatever everybody else is doing in regards to soft goods. So, but I feel like with their slow releases, it welcomes those collectors who just are looking to nitpick. Like I haven't bought every damn Mezco that's out there. Like I didn't buy the what are the Warriors? I didn't buy the Warriors because it wasn't something that I was interested in getting. So
so out of the 400 figures they came out with, that's the only one you didn't buy.
Yeah, no. I didn't buy the like what was the Agent Orange. Like I didn't buy that one.
Oh, me either. You mean Clockwork Orange?
Clockwork Orange. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
So like there's certain things that you're into. Like at first I wasn't even collecting the horror stuff, and then I went back and I picked it up before Frankenstein sold out. But like it's like there's certain things that they do that you're not into, and you kind of I'm not going to be mad at myself if fucking the price goes up to $500 because I'm really not interested in it. Like the Planet of the Apes figures, like I'm not buying those Planet of the Apes figures. I don't give two shits. Like I'm sure the first one that they issued, I forgot who's the character's name.
Dr. Zayas.
But like
Dr. Zayas.
Scott, Dr. Zayas. They just announced what Caesar. So they're doing Caesar. So I'm sure the Dr. Zayas is going to fucking go up in price. It sold out like just recently, I think, and it's just like it's going to probably go up in price due to the fact that second Caesar is coming out, and obviously they're going to do more characters. But like from Dr. Zayas,
they showed
to
the
Caesar,
apes.
Yeah, and they showed the army apes. But between Dr. Zayas and Caesar, there was a big gap. Like they didn't announce any other Planet of the Apes stuff, and it's like whether they were going to do more, nobody knew. Like nobody knows. So. Like, are they like when they started doing the Superman and the Flash? Like, are they going to do a comic book Aquaman? Are they going to do like all those other Justice League characters? Like, so like nobody knew. Like, but they make a shitload of Batmans. They love Batman.
Batman sells, I guess. More than anything else.
It also happens to be the one of the owner's favorite characters, or the favorite character of the owner. So
that kind of makes sense.
Well, yep. I mean,
I'm kind of interested in that
doing
Gaslight Batman. Not to change the subject. Sorry, Gary. Go ahead.
No. I just meant like the person creating it is definitely going to put their spin and focus on what they enjoy sometimes more so than necessarily what's the best business decision once they get to that point, and have that luxury.
Mm-hmm. But when does it stop? When are you going to say we need to make a Robin and we need to make a Penguin and a Riddler and stop making Batmans? Honestly, Dom, do you know how many Batmans there are? It's over a dozen.
I never counted. Yeah, it's definitely over a dozen. Yeah, there was a time where they would like. I think they had like almost 6 or 7 pre-orders for Batmans out at one single time. Where they had like they had like the Dark Knight Batman. They had like the Supreme Batman, and every Batman had 3 different colors. So it was like it was crazy. So they had like every Batman was black and gray, or a blue and gray, or all black. It was just ridiculous.
See, so to me, then I guess like Mezco kind of like is for that type of collector, sort of like the way Gary is, how he likes to pick and choose his pieces and not be somebody that's like, let's say, like, don't expect the whole Justice League because you may not get it, right? Like you might get a Superman. Obviously, we're getting Batman, but like will you ever get a large cast of DC characters or Marvel or whatever other license like they're tackling, like. So, I mean, you have to be content with just being able to get like the one and done, like almost be like this particular character is going to be representative of everything else. Like, I'm saying, that you like from that license, like so let's say that Power Ranger, like let's say that you get that Green Ranger and they don't put out anything else. You know, you got to be like, well, Mezco did this one. You know what I'm saying? So you got to basically enjoy that for what it is. If they don't do anything else from that line, you know, like
Yeah, I think they're chasing brand loyalty. That they just want customers who are loyal to them and only, you know, and they will buy their product regardless, like, you know, because of their reputation, their quality and their makeup toy. Like, you know, that's what they're trying to win over. Like, you know, they want you to be part of that, you know, the Gomez crew, you know. They're and it's working. It's working for them. And I think with the figures that they've pushed out, especially the ones with Gomez and, you know, the popularity that they've been doing and how, you know, they've been tweaking that character and putting him in different outfits, it's working. Like, I can see it fail in some regards to where, you know, they did something like that or took a chance like that and put this guy in different costumes and everybody'd be like, yeah, fuck it, I'm not going to buy another goddamn Mezco, you know, Gomez, because he's in it now in a fucking fireman's outfit. I don't need that shit, you know. Like, but like they do. So
proctologist.
Yeah, you know.
I like the one with the street
I want to buy
outfit,
that
with
one.
the street clothes.
I would definitely see Dr. Gomez, you know. I can
Comes
see
with
that.
comes with a
Gomez. What?
You get a free 14-inch
Butthole.
no, the Mezit.
The Mezit, yeah. I bet you that thing's gonna sell out. I bet you that thing, when they post that thing, it's gonna sell out. It's definitely gonna sell out. So
what's gonna sell out?
That 14-inch little Mezit that they pronounce with the big ass like naked butt that they have on them. I bet you it's gonna sell out.
Did you order it?
Grub is the grub.
The little grub guy.
Did you order it, Don?
It didn't come out yet, did it?
The pre-order is not out. You mean? It's not
You're my lifeline to that. I like you tell me when the shit comes out, man. Not me.
Listen. I'm gonna start charging you for my stock tips, Don. All right.
Okay. Listen.
Little search
stock tips.
So who's in on the Destro?
I'm in for the Destro. I'm definitely buying
me.
It. Yeah.
I probably will get it just to see how it does, like in the secondary market, honestly. Because I don't plan on collecting GI Joes, but I plan on picking it up just because it could be a big thing. So never know.
You get other Mezcos, right? You've been getting those Gomez and all that other shit, right?
Yeah. So. I have a decent collection, not like Dom and Chris, but it's decent.
Brink, you're not in.
Not for me.
Not.
Yeah, and I'm gonna stay true. I just got out of the classified Joe's, and I'm not gonna jump in on another kind of one-off line. So I'm gonna stay strong.
You said you're out on the classified stuff. You picked a few up and you're out.
I think you might have been off that week, Jose. We talked about it. But yeah, I kind of just got like a lot of people, just the extra effort and frustration kind of took away some of the fun, and just was like I can focus on some other stuff that's caught my interest recently. So I don't think I'm going to start over with Joe's with something else again.
And this could be the one-off piece, though. You know what I'm saying? To let that be represent your Joe for your Joe love.
Yeah, but I don't do the Mezco. Like I said, I got my fill. Helping Dave. It's too many little pieces, too many little things to worry about in those things.
You see how it took us an hour and a half to do like 6 figures?
Yeah,
something like that?
And my job was just keeping the pieces together and putting them back in the tins. Whatever we didn't display.
It is a lot to manage and stuff. It reminds me of fig arts like that. You know what I'm saying? With all the different accessories and that you get. You gotta.
Yeah, there's a finite, there's a good balance between some accessories and like almost too many things, right? That sit there sometimes.
Yeah. Do you think you'd be?
They give you the options.
Yeah, I mean, I like the options, even if you're not going to use them. I like that they give them to you because I love it for the people like that do like the toy photography, because you get some amazing photos, and it's all because they give you all those little extra bits and pieces, and those that are creative that take their shots, they take full advantage of it. So That's cool. Somebody like me, like I would try, but it is a bit much too. To switch this hand, pose it up. It's like setting a scene. You have to be like a director, or sort of like in your mind in that way to know what you want to do and then set it up and then and then take your shots. So it's fun. It could be fun. I just haven't done it. Dave had said it before, right at the top of the year and shit. Like, let's start taking pictures. I haven't fucking done. I'm waiting for my phone, dude. I'm waiting for my new phone. Once I'm like, oh yeah, this is crystal clear. I'll be a photographer again. And I'm not in. I'm not a Mezco guy either. Like again, some pieces that I've seen I think look really good, but in general, I'm just like something about those figures just look off to me. Like I don't know what it is.
You're not the only one. A lot of people feel that way. Some people, they're so used to seeing a toy, I guess, for
Plastic,
what it is.
The action figure.
Yeah, plastic, right.
That everything is molded.
And when they see all that baggy stuff going on, they're like,
yeah,
I don't know about this. But
fucking puffy.
But it's hit or miss, too, because there are some Mezco figures that look like shit, that the clothes don't fit right. But a lot of them, they do hit, too. They look great,
Yeah. That's what it is to me. I think that's what it is. Like just the way some of the times the way the costume looks, like it just doesn't look right. I would prefer an action figure like over the look of some of those.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same way. When I saw the first the Dark Knight Returns, but then when I saw it, like it was at my local comic book store, the PX exclusive, and that's when I bought. That's my first Mexico that I bought, and I saw a review like previously from somebody, and I'm like these look like glorified Amigo figures, so it's like, so I was like, okay, and then like I didn't want to get into it, and everybody talked very highly of the figure and everything. So all of a sudden, when I saw it at my comic book store, I'm like, yeah, $65, whatever, let me buy it. So I bought it, and when I opened it up and I looked at it, I was like, wow, this does look really good. Like it does. It kind of hides all the joints. It's PJs. Don't get me wrong. He's in PJs. Type of feel. That's what people can't get away from. But like when they do the other characters that are not in PJs and have pants and like clothing, it looks cooler. Don't get me wrong.
Those are usually ones I go in on. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But yeah, right, JD, because it's more attractive to. Okay, I get that. But when you're seeing Flash or comic book Batman or comic book Superman, and it just looks like they're in PJs, and
they look a little funny. Yeah,
I understand, but like when you actually look at the character, like like when you look at Superman, like Christopher Reeve's Superman, he's in fucking PJs, dude. Like it's not like, there's no protection, like there's no like suit.
So like kind of, I never went in on any of the the Supreme Knight whatever Batmans that came out, just because it was like a spandex suit with like some vinyl armor printed on it. You know what I mean? And it's like I just didn't. The way it looked didn't
look right.
But like it's from when you compare that Supreme to like the Dark Knight Returns one. It's like they at least try to make the PJs look a little bit more non-PJ, to point where they put some plastic lining in the suit. They put some knee pads, elbow pads, and kind of soup up the suit a little bit to not make it look like a PJ. But like a lot of collectors can't overlook that, and when you kind of overlook it and you get one in your hand, and I kind of fell in love with it, and then when they started doing all the other characters with like the normal street clothes and stuff like that, it was like the Punisher just blew blew my mind away with regards to how well they did the clothing and everything like that. So
it was the first one with the gray pants you're talking about, right?
Yeah, the one with the gray pants, and
I'm trying to remember what my first Mezco would have been.
Was it a Gomez? Didn't you guys get one?
Yeah, for the most part, I feel like
it might have been a Gomez, or it might have been the Clown Prince of Crime. I don't.
Yeah, that's also a good one. Yeah, like even
the
old Joker.
I have a bunch of old Mezco before they got into like soft goods, like that old Hellboy stuff. That was all Mezco.
Yeah.
Didn't they do Mortal Kombat too? They did Mortal Kombat figures back in the day, didn't they?
Mortal Kombat. They did the the ones that they're redoing now, like the horror characters.
Yeah.
The horror
Like,
characters, yeah.
Nosferatu and all that. They did all those back in the day.
Yeah, the Universal monster sort of
They used
stuff.
to do a set of like goons, like goon looking characters, like mafia type looking characters too.
Mm.
Yeah, that's old mezco shit. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of it was good too. It just wasn't. It wasn't soft goods. It was just what were plastic toys.
Yeah. Maybe those are the ones that stood out to me and probably like appealed a little bit more than anything that had like the cloth. Like, you know.
But
Yeah, so
like, look at that new set that they've revealed with the Fantastic Four. Again, it's back to that PJ looking,
Yeah,
figure.
yeah.
But they look good. Like, they look like, out of the comic book
See,
kind of,
now,
style.
for that, yeah. See, now for that, because like the Fantastic, even though they've updated them over the years, of course, you know what I'm saying. But like when I think of Fantastic Four, I always have that retro kind of that retro look in my head when I think of those four characters. So that set in particular looks right and feels right for like those characters. You know
Yeah,
what
they
I'm
said it's like Kirby aesthetic. If that makes
Yeah,
any sense. to you.
yeah. That's what it. Yeah, it looks like. It looks like coming out of the classic comic book. That's how they look.
Jack Kirby.
You know what I'm saying? So it's perfect there. So all right, dudes, let's wrap it up for tonight. I think that's was a good discussion. I'll probably throw the link out in the Realm of Collectors Facebook group, and if anybody wants to join us, chat for a little bit. Let's go around the yard, get some where you at, and that'll be it. So Brink, I'll start with you.
At Brinkalizer on Instagram. Tune in tomorrow for some figure bang.
It's figure banging week. Oh shit!
What figure you doing?
Right.
Ace likes to
Something
keep it a
very
secret.
I
flexible.
always ask the same question. They never answer me.
something.
Something flexible, I suspect.
That should be a pretty
saw it.
decent clue.
I saw Ace yesterday. Stopped out by and
Oh.
did a little rock swap with him last night.
Oh, I
Nice.
thought
Lucky
maybe
you.
he found you in the toy aisle sweeping up all the turtles before he could get them.
Very nice, very nice. All right, Dominic, let him know, man.
I'm in the groups, Dominic Rosso here Tuesday nights with these guys and trying to find Dave in lurking corners in Call of Duty. That's where he
yeah.
is.
You guys are playing on Xbox Series X now? Is that where y'all playing? I'm gonna.
Well,
get
you can play.
I'm
on
the
it.
only one with it, but it doesn't make a difference. So
Oh yeah, it doesn't
everybody's
matter.
playing on it.
Xbox One,
Doesn't matter.
Xbox Series X, it's all the same
PC,
shit. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Can you play with the PS4 guys? I'll get that shit on the PS4.
They somebody mentioned that
Cross-platform.
earlier this week
Yeah, they've
that
been
cross-platform
trying to do
was
that.
going to be a thing, but I don't think it's working yet. I don't
Not
know.
there yet. Not there yet. That'll be dope because then I'll be fucking with y'all too.
I think one night the guys did it. I can't remember who was playing off PC. I think, but the way to do it, I think you have to go through your Activision account.
Mhm.
So like you sign in through your Activision account, and then you basically can play with PS4 players. and
It
stuff
was
like that,
it was Justin L that did that. I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Interesting. I'll look into that. This seems like fun.
It's
Just
pretty
for the
cool.
shits off.
It's another way to it's another
for the
way to
shits
connect with everybody once in a
Yeah.
while, like
Yeah.
at weird times of the day and shit. You know.
Mhm. For sure.
it's not like
All right.
we're not it's like it's funny because we're not constantly talking to each other. Sometimes we just shoot the shit, talk about this and that, and then there's some quiet time where we're actually playing the game, calling out where enemies are and stuff. So it's
get-
it's pretty cool.
You get Eric talking about Master of the Universe, and you're like, "Yo, Eric, are you playing, bro?" He's just standing in a corner, like, focus. Yeah.
We're shopping for toys while we're playing. Like it's just all
That's
it's just
funny.
a fucking bumble fucking shit.
Nice. All right, G Money.
Yeah, I'm here with you guys on Tuesdays, and I'm in the Facebook groups and in the ROC Wellness group.
Oh yeah, that wellness group is popping right now.
It's
bro.
getting there, exactly. It's really
Great.
turned into a place to be lately. So
We're motivated. I know I am. It looks like Eric B's getting it in. You know what I'm
B's
saying?
there,
So,
Ralph is in there, Esteban's been doing stuff in there.
do your
And
thing. Yep.
There is a lot of lurkers, but it's
Mhm.
okay. It's okay. And Brian Brian left the group last week.
Turned off
Brian.
notifications.
Oh, that's right. No.
Yeah.
That was-
What's wrong
that-
with lurking, huh?
No, that was the ongoing joke.
I'm gonna have to mute
like-
Jose too, because I'm seeing freaking selfies showing up at the top with the stories. I'm like, gotta get this out of here.
You already had me turned off. It's all good.
Right,
All
it's like, get out of here.
JD, let him know.
JD Brocious in the Facebook groups, Pigment Surgery on Instagram and Xbox Live. Here every Tuesday. Tomorrow night, all new Figure Banging. And Shelf Raising.
Figure.
Shelf Gravy next week. Next week, tune in.
Mhm.
Yes. All right. Energon Addict.
You could find me here most Tuesday nights, hopefully, and Energon Act on Instagram and David Colon in the Facebook groups.
Nice.
Glad
And-
you surprised us tonight, dude.
Yes.
I had to, man. I had too much. I'm like, you know what? Man up. Get the fuck up and
Or-
sit up for a little while.
He's also Dave is also known in the Turning Your Dreams group as David Cohen. So if you want to reach out to David Cohen,
Wow.
I just had to throw that in for EE Prime because we were having a ball with it.
Listen, I've
You know,
been
like,
called
when they
David
say Tony
Colon so
Stank.
many times in my life, it doesn't affect me anymore. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
As a tear falls from your eye.
See, Dave, I knew like my old boss at one of my old jobs. That was his last name.
Oh yeah.
Cologne.
So you knew already. See, good
Yeah,
job.
I already
Dave.
knew. Yep.
Good.
This was like 20 years ago. I already knew.
He knew. That's good. All right, guys. And as for myself, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, HarricanBX. Check out Enter the Realm on Mondays, 8 p.m. on this channel, here every single Tuesday, as you know. And check out Verbally Challenge on all audio platforms. There's a new like page on Facebook. So if you like the podcast, like the page, and all the info and anything that's coming out concerning the podcast will be fed through there. Thanks for the support. As I said, I'll probably throw out a Hangout link. So just peep, the Facebook group if you're in there. And if you're not, join and answer the 3 questions. Like Brink said, come join us. Come hang out. Join us. I know we're an acquired taste, but we're not that bad. We're not that bad. And shout out to the chat squad. Thank you guys for hanging out tonight. Appreciate that. And check out other friends of the show. The Nerds Have Spoken. They drop on Thursdays. Check out the Ladies of the Realm on the Total Package podcast on their YouTube channel, also on Thursday nights. And don't forget to check out Nerd Life Syndicate right here on this very channel, Friday nights around 9 o'clock.
For Friday.
All right, and of course the occasional other things that we put out here on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel. So with that, take care, stay safe, peace out. We'll see you guys very, very soon. All right, toodles later.
Peace.
Say it with me now. Really?